Yo, what's happening, people? You're listening to the WRESTHINGS podcast, the Kenny Omega approved podcast. If you like what you're hearing, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, you already know this podcast is by the Mandem, for the Mandem. Bow!
That's 158 of WRESTHINGS podcast.
Make some fucking noise for 158.
Yo, I can't lie. This might have to be a mukbang episode. Big up Vish, man.
Make some fucking noise for Vish.
Come on.
Love.
Stood up.
Love.
It's been a minute since he's been on the pod, man.
Man came through with a Samosa thing.
Yes, man.
This is the bar now. This is the bar. Last week, Amir came with the Krispy Kremes. Now we've got the samosas, the Big Mom samosas. Next week, whoever comes on.
Shout out grandma.
So quickly, so obviously people that are not watching, they're gonna listen. But talk me through. So obviously, I got the cheeseburger one.
Yeah, so my grandma's been making samosas for over 50 years, and during the pandemic, my brother and my sister wanted to kind of basically pay homage to her and essentially set up this brand, Big Mom Samosas, bougied up the.
Serious still.
Yeah.
Give me.
They're all good, man. The cheeseburger, chicken tip, veg is the most popular. Cheeseburgers.
Veg is epic. Try the veggies, seriously.
And we started it in lockdown, and then just started doing hand drops. You know, everyone was at home ordering shit during lockdown. Spread it out, and then all of a sudden, you know, the show People Just Do Nothing.
Yeah.
The MC Grinder and that.
Yeah.
So he's got a food page called Taste Cadets.
Okay.
My brother set him some of the samosas. They loved it. They went on a camping trip, posted it up on their Instagram, and then boom, fire was lit.
Great.
Next minute, inquiries from other influencers, and it just grew and grew. And now we're in a few shops in and around London, done a few privates, on a few apps just to kind of, get the word out. And yeah, man.
Yeah?
Not on Deliveroo. We do deliveries to wholesale shops in and around the city, and then if you are outside of London, you can order nationwide. DPD will come and drop it. So we've sent as far as Scotland, Wales, wherever.
So
It's mad.
I hear
Mad.
I've moved from West, yeah. I live in West. I'm not far from you guys.
Yeah, not far.
I'll
I'll just drop it to
order.
you.
Yeah.
Tell me where you need it.
The cheeseburger is epic.
It's mad, isn't it? It's
Have you tried
mad.
this one?
I'm not a cheese guy.
Oh, fair.
So
No, neither am I about that one. I can't lie.
I'm not gonna lie, this is the first samosa I've ever had.
Really?
I don't need samosas.
Swear.
I'm not gonna even try and be big-headed about this, but I'm happy to put a little bit of money down. Said you will not have a better samosa than that veg one,
No facts.
No.
or this selection.
With the
Yeah.
coriander.
So I'm not really a samosa person. Like, you know that you get like the frozen ones.
Yeah. The
I don't-
pastry's
yeah.
too thick.
Yeah.
So what sets us apart is grandma's basically perfected the process to get that pastry really, really thin.
Yeah.
I can't lie, when I'm biting
Shout out Big Mum. Everyone's loving
Make
the
some noise for
samosa.
Big
Man.
Mum.
Everyone's loving the samosas. Man.
I'm biting
Love
into the
it.
samosa, yeah, and I'm already tasting the meat. It's like, bro, back home when you buy like a meat pie, or patty, you're biting into it, you're
So
tasting
wow.
dough.
And it'll
You're
catch
tasting
you off
dough.
guard. It'll catch you
Yeah,
off
bro.
guard.
After the meat's better burning on your lip because it's too far in. You know what I mean?
Well, listen, the first time it was wings. We had the wings.
Oh, the wings are busting!
Then,
No!
No, I can't lie. I have to say this, yeah.
No.
Those
he
wings,
says this every time.
those
though.
wings are the best things I've ever had in my life.
Bro,
Shout out
no.
Chris.
What about
You hearing this, Chris?
The smoked one.
The smoked one.
The
Best
smoked
wings.
one. Bro, man smoked in front of us.
No, bro. Honestly, like I feel like sometimes when we talk about those things here, people think we're exaggerating. Bro, those wings
busting.
like. Oh, bro, I'm even getting emotional thinking about it, man.
Chris made the
What you
orange
saying,
buffalo.
LA? Oh no, don't tell me what you're saying. Next
But listen. So look, so my uncle, the guy who made those smoked wings, and then Chris obviously going to be there as well. Maybe.
Barbecue in the yard, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Barbecue in the yard.
That's what I'm saying. You know what? I think that's very doable.
Let's run it.
That's
Let's run
doable.
it. Yeah, let's run it.
Let's run it. Mukbang part 3.
Nah, but appreciate the love, man. Honestly, I just want to say before we even get cracking into the wrestling stuff, just two things I wanted to kind of mention. Firstly, obviously the Turkey earthquake and all that sort of stuff. Just what a privilege it is to be here and just in our own little bubble talking wrestling whilst our thoughts are there as well. And secondly, mad love to you, man. One, for having me on. Two, the content is just rolling. It's coming out. The views are going up. The followers are going up. Man, like Will Ospreay rolling through. Like, that's just a testament to the passion and the hard work. And I was saying to my wife the other day, I was like, you guys are super lucky that you got a group of friends to just come and talk wrestling. Because I'm telling you, there's people like me and all over the country who they're like the one wrestling fan in their friendship group. And they don't really get to chat and get it out there. And then, you guys, you got a wicked setup, man. So much love to you lot, and looking forward to LA. Looking forward to all that content as well. It's gonna be. Looking forward to seeing you guys do you. Do you know what I mean? That's what you guys have always done. So much love to you guys, man.
I'm fasting, so I can't say what I'm gonna say, but I'll be doing me alright.
God forgives, innit? God forgives.
One.
Of course.
Forgives. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that as well.
Sorry, these
Bro.
samosas are epic, bro. Sorry.
Thanks so much for samosas,
I
man.
didn't even.
Let me go veg again.
I'm gonna try the veggie at the end, innit?
Oh, this
Okay,
chair is gonna really make me
don't worry,
just
Sam,
do
this-
something crazy.
Sam, don't worry, I'll get to it. I'll try the veg in the end.
Yeah, we'll feast at the end. We'll feast at the end. But listen, yeah, nice one.
Vish, thanks for coming down once again. Appreciate you.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Appreciate the gifts you've given us. Where do we start?
Intros, right?
Intros, yes.
Don't let the food. Get me.
I kind of feel like this Oh, it's a Nafi to the left of me. I got
When I say guap, you say daddy guap.
Daddy.
What?
Daddy.
Strong star rating, leg drop hating, big back robbing, Sherco loving, son of gun, your boy Doughboy. And next to me we got
Just Fish Mac, the guy who brings food for the homies.
Come on.
That's it. Hopefully after this honorary use of the wrestling podcast, that'd be nice.
Honorary cook.
Yeah, just Fish Mac.
I had to just dehydrate my mouth. It's your boy Sam Blacks, Mr. Controversial, Underdone, Mr. Top 5 Dead or Alive Big Men, Mr. 150 million percent, Mr. Hot Takes, Nikki Bella's baby boy.
Wow.
Immediately, we're here, man.
Wow.
Yeah, bro.
Your girlfriend's in trouble. Sam Blacks is in the room. Your girlfriend's in trouble.
Sam Blacks is in the room. Yep.
You lot are gonna be in some fucking trouble right now, you know. Things are looking a bit, you know. You're getting me in trouble. You're not gonna get me in trouble.
I'll bleep it.
no, eye contact.
No, we'll talk about that. It's
This guy wants to get you in trouble.
It's
Big man
complex
said.
still. It's complex still. It's complex still.
He said it's a long-term storyline.
It's good up. It's good up.
Every day, hang my page.
What's up, people? My name's Max. I'm a wrestling fan, a wrestling enthusiast, a WrestleMania. You're tuned into episode 158 of the WRESTHINGS podcast. Let's go. Let's
Love
go.
these intros, man. Love these intros. They get louder as you go through.
Yeah, big up Amir Jordan for coming on last week. We didn't really get a chance to speak about Royal Rumble fully,
Oh, wow.
or even like Roman Reigns coming out. That was this week,
The
innit?
betrayal.
The Roman Reigns getting attacked this week was.
Wait, you-
Well, that was last week's. Yeah.
Wait,
we
you guys
spoken about-
haven't haven't discussed that yet?
No.
The fallout of that? Wow.
No, what happened on SmackDown? We haven't discussed.
This is the
no.
perfect time.
and
Perfect
also
time.
AEW as well. Happened to AEW as well.
Who cares?
I'll
No,
go-
I'm joking.
no,
I'm
no,
joking.
no,
I'm
no,
joking.
no, no,
I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking.
We don't need to talk about the B show.
Yeah.
Talk about the B
There's
show.
something I need to talk about in AEW that really. The match was good, but I need to talk about it. And I
No,
can't.
ignore me. I'm just a prick. No,
No,
I'm
you're
the
gonna-
E. The E is always. It's always that. It's always
I'm gonna
that.
enjoy the conversation because I'm gonna rip into someone.
Okay.
I'm gonna rip into production and the wrestler that done it.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
Actually, let's talk about that first.
Yeah.
Big up, John Moxley and Hangman Page for having
Oh,
a
so
banging match.
this is how they start, you know. They big you up.
No.
They tee you down. They tee you
The
down.
match is
Yeah,
good.
his
I
pads,
like the match.
everything.
Nevertheless, the match was good. The lariats. Oh my gosh.
If I'm honest, I've actually watched the AEW.
I watched it. Yeah?
I didn't watch last.
It was decent. It was decent. I don't. What's that guy?
Interesting, actually.
No, that's
What? No, because I've been
what's his
fasting. I'm
name?
not really
Zach
focused
Kennedy.
about wrestling.
Zach
Oh,
Kennedy,
is that the reason, yeah?
Yeah.
Well,
No, I love AEW. I just because I've been fasting, I've not really been thinking about it.
Isaiah Kennedy's got this new gimmick. He's done it what? He's done it 3 times now. He's got Isaiah Kennedy.
I've seen
Cassidy.
the one
Cassidy.
Cassidy.
Oh,
done it
he's
with-
moaning.
Yeah.
I've been there for a minute. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
Fam, it's
he's
funny. I
been
can't lie. It's funny. I was laughing bears. But yeah, let's go into it. Cool. The match started off like there was it was beef. It was a brawl out. It was going well. Hangman throws the chair. It hits Moxley on the other side.
Right.
Moxley falls down, rolls into the ring, and he's sitting in the corner, baking off.
Right.
Looks like he's catching his breath.
Right.
The camera stays on him for too long, as in like a millisecond. Moxley, actually, no, wait, let me even go back. So as Moxley's been hit with the chair outside, he's on the floor, but you can see him taking out the blade.
Okay.
He rips off the bandage and throws that away. He's got the blade in his hand.
Production.
So he rolls in the ring now, and he sits down. He looks like he's baking off, catching his breath in it. The camera stays on for like an extra 1-2 seconds, and he starts blading himself in front of the camera, as in no, it's not a joke. It's like He's doing this.
Like old school Triple H style.
Yeah.
Triple H you do as well.
Yeah.
He get caught all the time.
No, but I never see catch Triple H, you know.
Yeah, but you go back and you see it. You,
Yeah, with your older eyes, like.
I can see it. But fam, Moxie's one was bad because it was like bah, bah, bah. And what's mad is that Hangman Page punched him again and the blood just gushing out.
Jesus.
So my problem is that one, production, you meant to pattern up.
But hasn't it improved though? As in,
It's gone better. No,
aesthetically on the stage, it's
It's-
got much
it's
better.
got
In that aspect of it, but this is, I guess, in terms of filming the actual
Production.
product.
And
This isn't Moxley's
It's
fault
not Moxley's
necessarily.
fault, but then again, it is Moxley's fault because it's like, bro, if you're gonna blade yourself, you're blading yourself in the ring, in the middle of the Coliseum. It's a Coliseum. Everyone can see what you're doing. If you decide to shit on the floor or fart, everyone can hear it. I'm not even lying. Everyone can see it. It's not like you go under the ring and do it. Everyone can see what you're doing. Your man just blading himself like that.
I think he tried to do it outside the ring beforehand, and maybe he just didn't get there or something. Got into the ring, maybe didn't. Of course, you don't know the camera's on you or close doing a close up on you, and the camera literally caught him red-handed, cutting above his eyebrow.
It's been a bit of a constant criticism of them. I haven't watched week to week. I tend to see what people who I follow are talking about and then go back and check certain promos and certain matches or whatever. But the production and looking at the hard camera at the right time or pointing in the right direction or being on the right turnbuckle at the right time, that sort of stuff seems to have let them down. Obviously, we're only saying that because we in our heads compared to WWE who have mastered it, right, for years and years and years. But I think it's a iteration cycle for them. They're gonna have to keep trying to maybe get some. So I think they've got some new producers in. There's
That have come from
former
WWE.
one.
Yeah.
Which
And you can
will
see
help.
that things have got better.
Yeah, we have to remember AEW at the same time. That it's like mixing wrestlers that have been on TV and have had that exposure with a lot of wrestlers that haven't. that have come straight from indie to
indies,
TV.
of course.
Because the same way they don't have so much of an infrastructure of NXT to have that kind of intermediary kind of thing. So
I'm really glad they got out of that CM Punk phase, that little issue. But what I mean by that is, I would not be mad. You know, for me personally, look, everyone knows I'm WWE guy straight and through. I would not be upset if WWE crushed AEW and then we got back to whatever we were where we
Monopoly.
were before. No issues.
Wonderful.
No, but
man said he wants Park Lane and Mark Mayfair back.
But I would not. I want AEW to have a fighting chance, and I wouldn't want them to be like, because that CM Punk situation, everything capitulated.
Yeah.
No, I'm glad they've come out of it. I'm glad they're investing more in their production. I want it to be a healthy battle,
a real battle,
and really see, okay, who's actually gonna win or actually gonna step up, and you know.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
No, that's a fair point.
I can't lie. After watching Wrestling for Idiots, big up Wrestling for Idiots, go watch that now.
Big up Wrestling for
What
Idiots.
segue?
The discussion that Doe and Knowledge had. I don't want to see another. Bidding war again. What bidding war? What can I call it?
Monday Night Wars.
I want to say Monday Night Wars, but I don't want to see another sellout again. As in a company gets bought by WWE again. Myth.
You don't want a monopoly in
I don't
wrestling.
want a monopoly in wrestling again. Obviously, if it's a monopoly like Ring of Honor and AEW,
I think
fine.
AEW will just fizz out like TNA.
They're never gonna fizz out.
Well, TNA didn't fizzle out.
No, I don't mean fizzle out, but I mean TNA's not on the forefront like it used to be.
No, but AEW's always.
It's not, but then at the same time, we see how WWE practice business. They are, regardless of how big you are, they're trying to still fizzle people out.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously now we've got Triple H that's running things, so he's kind of
creatively,
and
business-wise, they still got their business that's there, right?
But in terms of like, he's still kind of like trying to levy in a way where it's like he can still work with some of these promotions. Like we saw it early on with like the ICWs and the Progresses and WXW. But at some point, at the same breath, we did see talks of like him wanting to buy Noah so they can have NXT Japan. So I mean, there's still elements of having like, you know what, we still want to monopolize, but at the same time it's like we're trying to work with people just so it can benefit us.
But I think
it might benefit you small here and there, like we're giving you a bit of talent here and there, we're putting you guys on the network, but at the same time
That's just business, though. I
But
think
it's-
when
yeah.
which is fair.
When you're the big dog in every, I know what you're saying. But
They
when
know
you're the
nothing
big
else.
dog,
They know nothing else.
what else do you know?
which is fair, but then it's good that we have companies like AEW, so then for them it's like, okay, cool, we can see what AEW are doing. They're not necessarily thinking that they need to buy all the other companies. We're working alongside other companies to gain some sort of profit. Maybe this is something that we can look into, because WWE were doing that in the 90s and the 80s. They were working with other companies. And as time went on, they became bastards and decided,
I was thinking about this the other day, and let's assume, as you was just saying earlier, we don't want no sellout. Let's just assume the trajectory is that both companies are going to grow and the industry is just going to get healthier and healthier. where I see a stumbling block for AEW is I tend to feel with a lot of their booking decisions and maybe who they bring or who they push, for example, they pander to their audience, I feel.
All the time.
Whereas WWE try to, doesn't always work, teach you who to like and not like.
Yeah.
And WWE have shown they can bend the other way, meaning we get a Daniel Bryan, a Kofi Mania, a Mick Foley. Look what Sami Zayn's doing now. The fans can influence to see that change with a certain storyline of certain wrestlers. With AEW, I think they need to start almost teaching their audience who they actually want to push.
The guy.
Let build around that, and then you get that structure. And you build a locker room from there onwards.
Yeah.
And then it becomes a healthier situation. You're not kind of chopping week to week or waiting for the big pop for that big return. You're actually going, cool, these are our stars. And then you actually see your genuine competition.
I mean, that's an interesting point, but I would argue is there a right way of doing it? You can argue the WWE way that you outlined is the right way because they've been running their business for X amount of years successfully. So, but is there actually a right way to kind of, should fans be in charge, or is it we're in charge and we tell you who to like?
I don't think there's a right or wrong because we all know in history that when the fans have supported people, they've gone to where they needed to be.
And the
At
other way
same
around,
time,
when they
the
haven't
fans,
supported
when they haven't
someone.
supported someone,
Yeah.
they get where they need to be, and it still makes money. So I don't think there is a right or wrong answer really.
Yeah, it's
I think history just speaks for itself, innit?
and you get so many varying promotions. You compare, there was a lot of criticism for Sasha Banks when she made her debut recently, and people who were, let's say, ignorant to wrestling culture on that side of the planet were saying, "Oh, there's no pop. Oh, no, that's the culture. It's a different response."
Yeah.
So what they appreciate on that side might be completely different to what might be appreciated here. I don't think it's a right or wrong way. It's whether you can adapt with turning tides and you can adapt to what's popping or what's trending culturally.
Yeah.
True. Austin fit in the moment. Then we got to also John Cena. He rode his wave. You get to now Roman. It's more of what they call the reality era.
Yeah,
So they're blurring the lines, or they're peeling back the curtain more. So it just depends on whether AEW can kind of find their flow, because we know the matches are great. Every other week I hear on a podcast Daniel Bryan doing bits as usual.
That's expected.
Him versus
exactly,
Roosh
do you know
tonight
what I
is going to
mean?
be a mad thing.
Sick, yeah.
But that's the thing, and that's what I've always complained about these other promotions. It's like, can you bring more than just a flippy flappy punch in the face?
The thing is, do you know what
I've said it for years. I've really said it for years. About this reality era, bro. And that's why
do you know what I genuinely believe.
I sound bad when I say it's just the worst era of wrestling. I don't
need
say
to-
it for a hater's reason or I've never had sex before. I say it because because frustration. Like frustrated people become angry. It's not because of that. I just see it how I see it. What I've grown
You
up
think
to.
this is the worst era of wrestling?
That's what I feel. That's what I feel.
I genuinely believe
That's
as
what I
wrestling
feel.
fans, we need to stop
I really,
conflating
really feel that. I
flippy
swear to God.
flapping with good wrestling. They're two different things. We're seeing wrestlers in WWE that have been doing flippy flappy, and it's only now they're starting to get the fans behind them, aka Ricochet. People that are doing flippy flapping in WWE, Ali. I love Ali. The crowd are not behind this
They're
guy.
just not. I don't know what it
No,
is.
do you know what I
Because
mean?
it's
Connecting.
more than
They're
just
not
the
connecting.
flippy
But the thing is, at the same time, we just said it. There's no right or wrong. Can we not understand that? You know what? Different wrestling promotions can cater to different wrestling crowds. That's just literally like, for example, New Japan cater to a particular type of crowd.
Yeah.
But maybe the typical WWE fan is not going to like that kind of style because they love storytelling as opposed to maybe the in-ring stuff. Same with
New Japan, they
AEW.
appreciate the art of
Exactly.
wrestling. Yeah,
Whereas
yeah,
with AEW, it's more so kind of like a hybrid. It's like the most important part is the in-ring work, but then you're going to have elements of storytelling and that work, and we've seen it, do you know what I mean? So
etc.
I don't feel like there's any right or wrong. I just feel like as a wrestling fan, you just need to find what you actually like. But then as someone that's so used to WWE, I could understand you watching AEW and thinking, okay, cool, the wrestling is cool, but what else?
I think that's
What
what it
else?
is.
But that's because WWE have conditioned us for so many years,
That's another
decades to not saying to disregard the wrestling. How can you disregard wrestling when you've got Shawn Michaels, when you've got Randy Orton, for example? It's a situation whereby yes, you can have a great match, but the moments we actually remember, like imprinted in our brain,
Moments, yeah.
are the moments where the storyline connects, where we've swerved somehow. And I'm not saying the the match is an afterthought. I'm just saying it's a perfect complementing piece to
the
actual whole connection. That's why, and maybe this is a nice little segue into the post Rumble fallout, because I tried to ask myself, because you can get lost in wrestling Twitter, and you can get lost, and people have all these different takes and whatnot. And you just and I was trying to ask myself, cool, what makes what as fans have as on base level, what have we always wanted? We want quality matches that have good spots. We want believable characters that we can connect to in some way.
Yes.
We want those characters to develop. We want those characters to have subplots and main plots that bring maybe other people in. Then we want to be surprised, and then we want that cherry on top, which may be the match, it may be a swerve or a turn. And if that's what's important to me, the Bloodline storyline for me was amazing. And then when it got to Sami Zayn, it's like a level just elevated, because now it became about,
It got even better.
like, are we? I don't think there's enough acknowledgement of like, are you seeing these guys? Like they're the nuance, the
It started
expressions.
during lockdown.
Yeah, bro. Thunderdome era.
They've dragged it
Do you not remember
that
the
long.
T-shirt? Wreck and leave everyone like that.
Yeah.
Like, come on, like it's been
Yeah.
long-term storytelling. And we're still talking about Jey Uso, who was the first rivalry. Look at their expressions, man. That's when Roman got hit with the chair. That photo was iconic, man. And then Sammy turning to Jey like, I'm sorry, man. Not even acknowledging Jimmy.
Yeah.
This is production, and the production behind that whole segment, by the way, that needs acknowledgement. They caught
100%
every kind of person's
angle,
action,
yeah.
even with the shot of, because I was making a video for my
Talking about the
channel.
Royal Rumble.
Yeah, the Royal
All
Rumble.
shot on a wide angle, you can see everything.
Everything.
The chair shot here around the world.
Sammy turned to Jay initially, you even see Jimmy in the back just like boiling away sort of thing before they get Sammy face on saying I'm sorry and everything like that. And then obviously you just see Jimmy's boot just, hit Sammy. Like everything was just perfectly done.
And this is credit to how good the story is, because I remember when, I think it might have been like a year into the story, and I feel like maybe I'm remembering wrong, but it did feel kind of stagnant for a lot of us, because it got to a point where we're all like, okay, cool, who's now going to beat Roman? Like that's what the conversation was. It wasn't necessarily like, how can this story further? It's more so who's going to beat Roman, and none of us knew. Whereas now we're to the point where it's like the story has developed so much. It's like, me, I don't even want the story to end. It's that rule. As much as I want Cody to beat him,
No, but
I don't even want the story to end.
I've told you, like, as in sorry, go on.
You saying that perfect, bro? I don't think the story's gonna be done after WrestleMania.
It's not.
There's still more blood.
Sami
There's more to tell.
There's more stuff happening, bro. With Jay.
The only thing I keep
Bro,
saying
and-
is...
This is going to be the story of the decade.
Bro,
I don't. Listen, listen.
I agree.
Me, I'm an AEW fan. Nobody should come and chat to me when Kota Ibushi goes to AEW and say, long time. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit.
Turn it on!
Shit.
It's true. Turn it on, man.
Mama, better apologize to me, or I'm going back to Costa Rica right now. I don't give a shit about Kota Ibushi going to AEW. I'm gonna be happy, but nobody should come and tell me, long time. When him and Kenny hug in the middle of the ring, I don't give a fuck. This is the story. Because I barely watch WWE, but this is the story of the decade.
The thing is,
I don't think Cody's even gonna beat Roman.
I don't think he is either, and I think
I'm
one
happy.
thing.
No, because it's too early. For me, it's too early.
100% too early. No, it is too early.
It don't feel right. Right now, it don't feel right.
I think it's the time thing. I think it's a case of keeping the story going.
Listen, people know. I feel like a lot of people are not really gassed about Cody right now.
That would be the perfect setup for a Jay or Solo. But I think one thing we're actually missing.
That's what would work.
One thing we're missing, and why I'm just convinced, and I'd be absolutely shocked if this doesn't happen. Every single year, when it comes to articles or a promo package or whatever, WWE talk about how Bruno Sammartino's record, Hulk Hogan's record, they finally have a legitimate superstar who people actually don't mind winning all the time because the story is so great. Are they going to give up the opportunity to have a modern day 1,000 plus day reign? No, they are not. They are all about numbers.
Already. He's at what, 800 something already?
It's in 890 this week, I think.
Jesus.
And Mania takes it to 937 or something like that.
No, he's gonna hold on.
I think this is what I was booking. If we can get the fantasy booking real quick, I was thinking what would be amazing is, look, someone's got to screw Cody at Mania, I think. It's the simplest way. That's night one. Also, by the way, the fact that we're entertaining...
That's just typical,
the fact that we're entertaining the WWE champion fighting 2 nights back to back is the fact that we're even entertaining the idea just tells you the level that he's at. And I'm
I
sure-
do think,
I
though,
agree.
he could have a high potential of losing at least one of those titles.
They keep talking about splitting it. I'm
But
just
that's
like,
the
They need to split the
record.
title.
The record that we're talking about actually stands with the Universal title, though. So he can
Yeah.
lose the WWE title
my boy was telling me about this.
and
Yeah,
still keep
yeah.
the
Because he only just
Universal
won the
and the
WWE
title.
title last year.
Yeah,
against
he only
Brock.
won it at WrestleMania last year.
I was
so-
thinking.
And he already dashed. You don't need that belt, man.
So let's, yeah, I know he threw it. It's
And
the disrespect.
for me, him dashing the belt is one of the best things I've seen.
Yeah,
so
I know.
like,
It's
honestly,
amazing. It's amazing.
if we're talking about 2020,
I said, what?
watch, give it, watch.
Bro.
In 7 years,
Bro.
someone on Twitter is gonna do a.
He's a bad man, you know.
Yeah, he
is.
He's a bad man for them, you know.
What is that, bro? What is that, bro? Come on.
He's a bad man for them, you know.
No, in 7 years, they're
Bro.
gonna do a Twitter thread. The best things in wrestling happened in this decade. They're going to talk about Michael Oku versus Will Ospreay. They're going to talk about Kota Ibushi returning to AEW. They're going to talk about Buddy Murphy beating MJF for the world title.
Sorry?
They're going to talk about, before they talk about Roman beating Brock or his 20,000 day reign, they're going to talk about him.
I take
throwing that
20,000
WWE
days. I take it.
Him throwing that WWE title belt
take
is
it.
one of the best things I've ever seen in my life.
It's amazing.
Disregarding that
Bro,
is
the
the
way he
company's
dashed
belt.
it,
Yeah.
for me, when I saw that,
But they're
I
taking
saw,
it into a new era.
Yeah.
He'll spearhead it into a new era. That's the thing. It's almost like, cool, let's start something fresh in that sense. But I think if
Like,
look,
when I saw him do that, all that flash behind my eyes.
but do you know what made it
Fuck
though?
Hogan.
No, but here's the
Fuck
question.
Undertaker.
Yeah, we don't.
Fuck Chris Jericho.
Oh,
Fuck The Rock. Fuck
now-
Jim Rock. Fuck
now we
West.
get into rude.
Fuck Ryan Shaw.
Now we get rude.
Fuck
Yeah.
all them. Fuck Kevin Nash.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I hear it.
When he dashed, I said, "Yay, Universal title belt is the best."
But here's the question.
It's the
though.
top
Here's
title
Me,
still.
I'm gonna wear blue.
But here's the question for you. Here's the question for you.
With my
gang.
champion.
But here's the question for
Running
you.
around
though.
with my homies.
It's not just that he threw it. It was the facial expression, right?
Yes.
And his since the Thunderdome era, this guy's expressions have been changing the game.
Amazing,
You're not
amazing.
gonna find another wrestler better than those
Him
expressions.
speaking in the ring, like the monologues within his
Yes.
mouth, bro.
Listen,
Is he the greatest of all time? Oh, my heart is thinking.
All right, so
But
there's
I remember we had a conversation
Yeah,
about this
yeah,
before,
yeah.
and Blacks was like, he can't be in the conversation. I was like, bro, he can be.
Now it's not.
so look, so
Blacks was like, this is too early. I'm
What was
like,
that
bro,
film he
can
done
be.
with The Rock?
Hobbs and Shaw.
Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah.
No, but you know what it was?
He took a quick excursion to Hollywood
And
and
learn.
learned a couple things.
Yeah.
Come back.
But you know what it was?
so
So before you continue, it was the right time when I said that. Now,
No,
Now-
remember I was saying to you, his accolades alone, he can be.
he's gonna get 3 rings. He's gonna get 3 rings.
Yeah.
Bloodline, Shield, and on his own. He's getting 3 rings.
Mad.
It's sorted. No, it's done. It's true.
It's the facts, though. It's facts.
Bro, are we lying? Are Shield not gonna get a ring?
Of course.
Yeah.
He's gonna his pre heel turn would
would have got him a
would
ring
have got him a
anyway.
ring. You know.
has Flair got 3 rings or 2?
Horseman,
Horseman and himself.
Yeah.
and then Evolution will maybe
Maybe
potentially
he'll be the only one.
because then Triple H will get 3 as
Triple
well.
H hasn't got,
Them man will. Them
his own
man.
one.
You know that's different level, right? When you got 3 rings, we
you're on a
think 2
different
rings would be like
caliber,
the thing. That's
different-
3.
Yeah.
That's
I know X-Pac has got NWO and he's got
He'll
So
hit
he's on
3.
2.
Yes.
Yeah.
He'll hit 3.
Yeah.
He'll hit 3.
Shawn Michaels. I mean, not Shawn Michaels.
X-Pac by himself.
I love
he
him,
would.
but actually he could be.
Yeah, he would.
No,
He
short,
would.
short woman, defo, bro.
He will. He's gonna get 3
I
too.
really want to dive into
Sorry.
Roman's in ring because after I've just done this little quick fantasy book, only because we criticised his in ring work a lot, and I was there at WrestleMania when the crowd were chanting for Bailey against Brock in
Bailey versus-
no, it was
You
you know in New Orleans,
That's a
New Orleans when
when he faced Undertaker.
no, when he faced Brock and
The bottom
everyone.
one. The bottom one.
Oh,
Yeah.
that one.
I know it's the button.
That one where he
Seth come
played
out.
when he
Seth
Yeah,
came out.
he took
yeah.
about
No, that
7
was the-
F5s and then still lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
He
they
bled,
were
yeah.
cheering for Bailey. They were calling for Bailey and they were cussing Roman. I'm just like, but anyways, yeah. But we know Cody's gonna get one night, and initially I was thinking if The Rock got a second night, how do you book? How? Because the thing is, the Bloodline have our trust now. Every time, like even when it's got a bit stagnant, whether it's Saudi, whether it's War Games, whether it's Sami Zayn chair shot, like they're leveling up, they're building, and they're keeping the story going, and they're bringing. It's not just Roman. It's all the components of the Bloodline. So I think to keep that Bloodline story going, if we get The Rock on night 2, and this will never happen, but I just want to throw it out there into the universe. Potentially, it might happen. Roman has a decent match with The Rock. You can't expect too much.
No.
Bloodline are nowhere to be found. They're beating up whoever's involved. It's nice and schmodgy, whatever. All of a sudden, someone comes into the ring Black Hood up. Who's this? Low blows The Rock. Roman Spears. 1, 2, 3. Hood comes down. It's The Rock's daughter. Ava Raine. I'm telling you, visually, there might be silence in that arena.
I remember when people were upset about her NXT debut.
Yeah.
I thought she did right.
I thought that was good.
They wanted her to come out.
They wanted her to. They wanted her to be The Rock. Like, it's
Now, it would be. I can't think of many people who have debuted that young in that setting. Like, that would be the most watched match in history, just on pure eyes alone. And if The Rock's thinking of the future, that could be that would be amazing.
It could be,
and
it could be a way to certify his daughter, but it depends how far along in her development she is. Like, she's already been at NXT for quite a bit. She still hasn't had a first match.
Yeah,
a couple promos here and there on TV. Like, yeah, she's in a good place right now.
Working on the promo game.
They're better than Bray.
They're more straight to the point.
In terms of visuals and everything, like they can actually wrestle. Like Bray can wrestle, but they make sense to me. Innit? Bray doesn't make any sense to me.
Just to add to that, up to now,
Bray was good, but then he came to the main roster and he started saying,
"This week
they're lying to you, man."
No, I like Bray, man.
We got to sneak some Bray talking because I'm intrigued to know what you guys think.
But Max, what you
this week, Meltzer said that the plan, if they got The Rock, was to still have the current 2-belt Universal match against The Rock, and they were going to create another belt for Cody, Seth or McIntyre. Was going to be main event. They're going to create another title.
It was going to be like
another world title. That
but
was the plan.
Does that not take the shine a little bit off?
Of course it does.
Universal.
So what you're telling me that
they think this is WWE 2K? We could just be creating belts.
So what you're telling me that WWE are gonna have?
They can have 3 belts.
The Rock and Roman, yeah.
Technically,
for the Universal, yeah.
Yeah. For what current?
Both.
Yeah.
The
For what
Universal
Roman currently carries, the 2 titles.
Then the next night, Roman's gonna wrestle again for a new belt.
No. Night 1 was going to be headlined by Cody, Drew McIntyre, and Seth Rollins fighting for a brand new championship that doesn't currently exist.
And if we're talking,
Night 2 was going to be Rock and
but
Roman.
if we're sticking with kayfabe, Roman's gonna want that belt as well.
Yeah, 100%.
True.
Like, you're just gonna back yourself into a corner.
Yeah,
that's a new belt that Roman's gonna win.
People have been like, I think the question was like, oh, who's gonna beat Roman? I kind of got annoyed at those questions because I was like, let's just enjoy the run because no one's questioning his positioning. It's like, you've done the hard miles, you've been a workhorse, you've been in a faction, you've been away from the main event scene, you've faced all the top guys, you're there. This actually puts WWE, I think, in a very good position where it's like, now the challenge is, this is the new bar. How do we get everyone else to this bar?
Level?
It's too bait just to give Cody the titles at Mania.
Yeah.
Even even deep down, I think he wouldn't feel it. And I think that Rhodes
Cody
bloodline
is
story,
a storyteller.
Exactly.
He knows right now that even if it's not Sammy, it should be Jay.
Yeah.
Like, Cody will take it. He's a man with ego and believes he's obviously worked for this position. And
he wouldn't want it just like,
but I think
for that one pop.
I think if we put it like this is the same Cody that stopped himself from winning the world title in AEW, his own company. So he knows right from wrong. You see what I mean?
Can we just shout out Cody's blazer that he was wearing on Monday because that was a
the
very nice
jacket.
Very nice colour.
Yeah.
I think again to add to the fantasy booking, I think get to 1,000 days of Roman, then I think the biggest homage could be his own pay-per-view. Call it the Island of Relevancy. Let him lose to Jay. Let him lose to Solo.
I missed WWE bring naming pay-per-views after wrestling.
Yeah, it was lit.
Rock bottom, that was basically bad blood, isn't it?
Can we, yo?
Also, no, the Rock bottom was in your house.
Yeah.
And that was all in your house.
Do you know one pay-per-view I missed?
Back in 98.
I miss Valentine's Day Massacre. I swear to that one of those. Paul White's debut, the Black Cage. Mad.
I remember that.
Yeah. But I think big credit, big love to Solo Sikoa as well. Like I was trying to do, I was trying to think about. Just hear this out, yeah. Debuts in front of 60,000. I was there. It was crazy. It was mad.
It was mad. I could give my vlog. I couldn't believe it.
Then you're in front of 60,000 in Saudi, face to face with Jake Paul. Then you're in one of the most anticipated War Games matches or Survivor Series of all time. Then you're at the Rumble in that segment.
Yeah.
Bro, like, has he been pinned? I think has he been pinned?
No, he's undefeated.
Yeah, he hasn't been pinned himself. He lost the one tag match, and
What
then
a
obviously
learning
they're
curve.
saying
Did he
the
get pinned
Seth
that match?
Rollins. No, he didn't get pinned. Sammy got pinned.
Like, what a
And then
freaking
they're
learning
saying, obviously the Seth Rollins Royal Rumble disqualified.
But
so
just-
it's a loss.
Just mad, like what
They're
an
pushing
introduction.
like Umaga in his early stage.
That's your introduction into wrestling. Like those stadium shows, those high profile segments, that's your introduction. And then you got the Usos, who I just don't see them ever have a bad match. Like they just seem so smooth
Very
and clean.
serviceable, very good.
And then Heyman on Monday reminding us that he's
the man.
on the Mount Rushmore of non-wrestlers.
Yeah.
You know, like it's incredible, man. It's like the pieces just come together.
I think
Yeah, don't stop, man. I'm ready for it. Keep going. Until they
Keep
actually
going,
ran out of
going.
ideas and they've burnt out, then stop. Because you could literally have the greatest ever storyline of not just the past 10 years. This could...
it's scary what you're saying.
What's
but I
man's
hear
that,
it.
bro?
I hear it.
I personally don't
for
like saying
for me
the
to
best
even say
ever, this, that,
for
and the
me
other,
to even
but
say
we
these
are
things
approaching that territory.
for me to even say these things is like raw.
Let's not forget, there's still more family members that can easily get involved.
Thank you.
And do you know, I was even gonna say this, like this one thought that I was thinking
And they need
about.
females like there's... As in, they literally like...
There's a whole
could be the
bloodline.
best ever storyline.
Naya's back.
Yeah, this is one thought I've always had as well. like,
Tamina's there.
I was
Yeah.
thinking to myself, like, I miss factions where it's 5+ members.
Yeah.
Or, like, I miss squads.
Alright, so I'm so glad...
The thing is,
Yeah.
WWE has become a thing of like four man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it gets boring.
With the typical format,
Yeah.
heavyweight.
The ministry, you're seeing
Thank
8
you.
man. The ministry.
Hold on.
Tag team.
He just said it.
I keep on saying
He
it.
just said it.
I
He
keep
just
on
said it.
saying
And this is you literally read my mind. This is what I was just gonna say. And it's not ministry, it's the corporate ministry.
Unstoppable.
Because what I'm saying is,
Unstoppable.
when I'm thinking
Too many
of
man.
long-term
15 man at least.
storytelling, and even the corporate ministry story was only like 8 to 12 weeks when you watch it back to
Was
back.
tied into that? Was Kane's arrival tied into that?
No, that Kane was way
no,
before.
Kane was way before.
This was when basically, if you try and YouTube it, Undertaker.
I remember.
Undertaker took time away.
Yeah.
So Undertaker comes back
And he's recruiting
No, but you
different
remember
members.
his first promo? No entrance music. He's in the middle of the ring. He's wearing a grey sweat top and grey trackies.
Yes,
And
he's
he
looking
goes,
normal.
He's
Yes,
normal.
yes.
And he's saying
Glasses.
something's coming. Then it was him and Paul Bearer.
Then after
they
that,
got
the commentator, they
acolytes,
were
and they got
talking about
bit
it.
more.
Yeah,
So they're
yeah.
building the ministry on one side, and then you've got the corporation with Shade on the other side.
Boss man and that.
And little did we know, Vince, being the evil maniacal bastard that he is
Was
is
behind it all along.
behind it all. It was
Kidnapping his own fucking
No,
daughter.
but even that was 12 weeks.
Yeah.
12 weeks to 14
Yeah.
weeks. And then, but this is just...
unbelievable.
It's
I
unbelievable.
think the blood. So, because when I say things, I've got to be very careful because I'm always right.
Not always.
Because I'm always right.
Always. Let's not be let's not be facetious. You're not always right. Like you made some decent points here.
You know what?
Let's not be facetious.
Right now, they're top. Oh, I won't say top.
Empty the clip. Empty.
No,
They're top 5 stables
Who? Bloodline.
of all time. Top 10. I was gonna say top 10.
Top 5.
No, but hold on, no, but-
It's hard, but
Top 10.
Who's in the top
there's
10?
an
Wait, hold on,
argument,
hold on,
there's an
hold on.
argument.
Top 10 stables.
No, top
of all
10,
time.
we just dash that. If we're just taking top 5,
Yeah, top 5 is an argument.
we're talking
still.
WWE, yeah?
WWE. Yeah, let's not. go
So
there.
what, we're saying...
NWO DX, we know are
Yeah, and then
there.
you throw in Bloodline. Who else are you going to throw in after that?
I mean,
can't lie,
Evolution.
Evolution, not this sort of storytelling.
I mean,
No, but there's
it was
some.
fun.
I always said it. Evolution are overrated. I'll be real.
Evolution
I
are
thought
close to my
Evolution
heart.
I get you. The only reason why we
feel
say
you.
that now,
I feel
and I actually get it when you broke it down. Break it down. When you broke it down.
Yeah, fuck it. Take it down.
When you broke it down in tier rankings. Yeah. Like, when you done that, bro, it was you've actually made me understand it a bit more. Not of what they've accomplished, what they were at the
Impact
time.
and,
At the time.
It wasn't all that.
Yeah.
Evolution.
Evolution.
If we're
At
being
the
real,
time,
if we're
the
being real,
Shield
She'll do bits.
at their time
Bro,
was
Shield.
better than Evolution
Shield are better than
at their
Evolution.
time.
Yeah.
You see my
Evolution, you got to bear in mind,
my point, sorry.
it's I think two things gloss over our kind of like admiration for them. One is the entrance music is fire, like the
Yeah.
tune is fire.
Yeah.
2, the visual of Rick, Triple H,
It's-
Orton.
it's-
How can
the
you
aesthetic.
not like that, right? But in terms of storytelling, they're not near the bloodline.
No.
Yeah,
They're not-
that's
they're
facts.
not-
The best
That is
storylines
facts.
with them coming to Dissension.
Yeah.
Batista.
Yeah.
That's the best storyline.
And
Yeah, even the Goldberg thing didn't even run properly.
Didn't run
shit.
properly. Didn't run properly.
The best storyline is the Batista stuff.
the Batista one, they kind of messed up the Randy Orton, because that would have been the same thing.
That was very
they messed up the
temporary.
Randy Orton. They kind of repeated
The
the
Batista
Batista,
one,
and that worked.
perfection.
Yeah.
From New Year's Revolution all the way to us.
Yeah.
Bro, perfection.
They'll built him up to be such an animal, like you said. It was like
Perfection.
when he chose between either Raw or SmackDown. Just
Triple H's
I think-
face?
done.
And the thing is, we're not even like. I'm a little bit worried that Elimination Chamber could be the. I'm not saying the end of the Sammy element to the bloodline, but
It could be.
it kind of go down like a different
Yeah,
direction.
it'll go down. It will go
And
down.
but so what I'm thinking is, I've got this feeling that Kevin Owens screws Sami Zayn. I think we get a Montreal Screwjob Part 2.0 or some shit.
I could believe that.
In Montreal.
That's what I'm saying.
No, I don't think
I
so.
could
I
You don't think so?
I could believe that.
What's the alternative? What him just
I
getting
think
Jay, maybe Jay,
I mean,
but
it's
then
it's not far from Kevin Owens ever screwing Sami Zayn. We're never too far from that happening.
But in
I think
Montreal, in
we're gonna
in his biggest match ever.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think we'll get to WrestleMania first, and then if them two continue, win tag team gold, whatever, somewhere along the line, maybe the split
Okay, so how
comes.
do you see Elimination Chamber planning out? We know the match will be great. We know the match will be great.
Jay's gonna show face.
He's gonna show his allegiance to Roman.
This
Isn't that a bit
this,
predictable?
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes in life,
Predictable's
predictable's good.
No, they'll do it great.
this Friday, obviously, the Usos are meant to defend their titles against is it Imperium?
No.
Who they got in the final?
I
I think it's
Imperium.
Imperium.
It's not
I think it's
Imperium. No, I
Imperium.
don't think it's. Is it?
Is it Imperium?
Who won the final?
No, it's thingy, bro. Isn't it? Brawling. No, it's not Brawling Boot.
It's Imperium.
Yeah, I think it's Imperium.
Imperium.
Yeah. So, but I the good thing would be if Jay doesn't turn up here, and then they have to kind of freebird it. Maybe Solo. And Jimmy defend it. Then obviously Roman is now seething more that Jay, now you haven't even turned up for your responsibility. You ain't turned up for your own brother.
Because they mentioned the title match last week.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And Jimmy was giving Roman assurances that don't worry, title match is business, he'll be here, sort of thing.
Yeah,
Jay, no shows Friday. That'll be another kind of step to get Roman more vexed. And then Elimination Chamber is only next weekend. So then, if Jay is the man that comes out, black hoodie, screws Sami Zayn, and that's how he pledges his allegiance to Roman, I think it'll be good. And then obviously we spin off into the
So
tag
I
team
don't
match.
mind that on one condition. I love Jay, so I wouldn't hate that at all. I would love it. But Jay has to go batshit crazy.
I hear it.
On Sami Zayn.
He has to actually almost like
fucking kill him.
borderline
Yeah,
kill
yeah,
him.
Yeah, I hear it.
Like we need some color
He has to
because
kill him. He has
if
to
that
kill
was Roman's reaction, and Jay, you did not trust this guy.
Yeah.
By the way, again, the fact that we're deeping this storyline to this level,
And I was telling people
just
this story's about
tells
It's facts. This is
you.
Jey Uso's story.
This
It's
is Jey
facts.
Uso's story.
It's facts.
And wouldn't
It's
and
facts.
also-
It's facts.
I prophesied.
and also
This has something to do with Sammy and Roman. This is
do you
Jay
know?
and Roman.
I did it after. I did it after.
Do you know how much kudos WWE will get, by the way, if we get to a full circle of Jay getting close to that title? It just proves the company can push who they want. But when the presentation is good, when the in-ring work is good, like I said, you get your Daniel Bryans, you get Kofi Mania, you get now what Sammy's doing. This could be Roman has been so generous. He's generous in matches anyway, allowing Logan Paul to do what he's doing, this, that, and the other. So people get so many licks on him. He's perfected the fucking 2.9 kick out. Do you know what I mean? Like he's the GOAT in that. Do you know what I mean? It's crazy. He really does give himself to the opponent, and that would be something special because they did it in the Thunderdome, right? It was a Hell in a Cell Thunderdome sort of setup. So this would
When
be
Jimmy came in and
again. I'm the relevancy. Give them their own pay-per-view. Get the family out. Get the Wild Samoans. Get Rikishi.
Make sure there's
Gabriel.
sand ringside. Like,
Exactly.
make it feel like home.
Make it feel like home,
Bro,
man.
I initially thought when it was to be the Rock story, I thought there was going to be some flying back to Samoa and doing the recording and getting some visuals that way to build it and to get the family involved in that sense. But that's again the Rocks. I think what happened with the Rock, Black Adam flopped basically, and he then thought, let me do as much PR and get onto the next movie to distract from that.
He's showing up everywhere besides WWE.
It's annoying, isn't it?
So it is what it is, man.
It is.
I'm not in LA to see him anyway.
He was in
I
the
watched
Grammys, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm not a movie guy, and my guy that's kind of that casual as a fan was saying, he thinks The Rock was going to show up to WWE because Black Adam flopped, so he can kind of get some good PR through this way and then return to Hollywood later. That's what my friend was telling me, and I thought kind of makes sense.
I love Dwayne. I love him. Clearly a great human. But the love he gets when that music hits.
Next level.
He's never. The paycheck might not be the same, but bro,
He ain't feeling it outside of
when
the
you're
four
60
walls.
and 70 and you're not getting invited to the Grammys and you're not getting that role, there's one company that's going to have their doors open to you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as time goes on, believe it or not, you're actually falling further down the pecking order.
Yeah.
When you actually look at that list of greats and longevity and all that kind of stuff. Because now we're at a stage, all been watching wrestling since the 90s, longevity and the appreciation of the art form over 2-3 decades is now weighting heavier for us. We're appreciating that more rather than that 2, 3, 4, 5 year stint of just great pops and promos.
That's why people-
Appreciation.
That's why
you know.
people say Cena's greater than The Rock.
That scene is greater than The Rock.
It's fact.
As in-
I mean,
Like what you like, innit?
but like, also, okay, Austin.
No, I'm like what you like.
That's how I'm dismissing your views.
the thing is,
No,
Austin,
I don't think Cena.
No, I'm just saying it. Just saying it.
Austin obviously is someone that had a very short term stint, but he was literally like every Monday night was chaos, and he was in the main event like segments and stuff.
Let's be very
with-
careful what we say about Austin, by the way.
But you know,
'cause
Austin-
that
No, no,
touches
no,
my
no.
heart
Oh,
Oh
right
no,
there.
no. I mean, he was going back and forth with the guy that owns the company.
Yeah.
Who was the biggest heel in the
Yeah,
business.
yeah.
Different. There's
So
no-
his
there's
2
no-
to
there's
3
no-
years
there's been
stint
no other story
of
better.
absolute madness.
Week
like,
in, week out.
That's why, that
Week
is
in,
still
week out.
held in so much reverence. Like,
And it
but
relates to
rightly, like
everyone.
you said,
Like it was
relates to
so
everyone.
hot. It was so hot, man.
No,
Like,
but it's,
he's
fair-
7, 8
it's,
years
it's
old.
something.
It was
It's something which will last forever.
100%.
You
Like-
hating your boss and the things you want to do to your boss.
Isn't it funny? Like Triple H's main legacy now in wrestling is going to be NXT. He's going to be as a businessman. I don't know how many people really. I love Triple H
I love
for
him,
his
yeah.
actual wrestling career and
No,
stuff.
but his wrestling career is
Pretty.
mage.
pretty-
Like,
Listen,
it's
no,
pretty
let's
amazing.
not.
Pretty up there.
We're not putting it
But
down.
yeah, you're getting the-
But
yeah.
people will remember Triple H. Like people, a lot of people like Triple H now because of everything he's done for the business.
Yeah.
People didn't like
Yeah, they
Triple
weren't
H
feeling him
as a
as much.
character
He wasn't
and
a
as
lot
a
of
performer.
people's,
Yeah.
Upper T.
In the late
But
90s, early
that's
2000s,
because-
he was such
Bro,
a great
that's because-
Yeah,
but
he was
that's
so
why.
It was injury. The injury collapsed him.
I can't lie.
Injury really
I can't
collapsed
lie.
him.
I've been listening to his theme tune, the 2000
Well,
one.
my time.
I think it was the
Yeah,
best
yeah,
one.
yeah.
I think it's the best
Which is
one.
probably the best one.
Yeah, I think it's actually the best one. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then-
but people
Is
like
this
him.
on?
People like him for
Also, that
both.
that MSG return as well, like that's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah,
that's
that's
special.
legendary.
And he said
Legendary.
himself, he goes, "I generally thought it'd be silent when he was making that return."
He was being humble.
Yeah,
Trust me.
very
Yeah.
humble.
Being
But yeah,
humble.
no, but again, time is saying to us, look, actually, look at what they've done in their entirety. You know, Austin, I think, is a standalone in the sense where his in-ring work is actually when he was.
WCW.
What was his name?
Ringmaster.
The Ringmaster and all that, you know.
Stanley Steve Austin.
Stanley Steve Austin, that's one, when he was doing all that.
Yeah.
But that run was so hot, and the crowd and the merch, it was like, this is our anti-hero, this is our guy, then you throw in the beers, middle fingers. And bear in mind, he was actually competing with the creme de la creme. Like, his
100%.
circle was Undertaker,
His class
Shawn
was mad,
Michaels,
yeah.
Triple H.
But even,
Like,
it's got even go across the even I was gonna say go across the waters. Go across like the go across whatever the street or whatever. He's gonna pick against NWO, Hulk Hogan,
Yeah.
Marty thingy, Scott Hall,
Razor.
Kevin Nash,
Rick Rude.
all them man. You see what I mean? And he still shone upon these guys. Isn't
No,
it?
it's true. Austin was
He's lightning in a bottle, as they
Amazing.
say. Like, you ain't
Amazing.
getting that.
there was
I won't lie,
there was
he
what
is.
there, all the rumors were that he was gonna make I don't want to see it. I was there last year and like goosebumps thinking about it. Like it was,
Sick, yeah.
you hear that glass
Madness.
shatter and it's like it's a headshot to you.
I'm gonna throw my hat. You know,
Fam,
Bro, it's mad.
I will never.
I was in my
And
yard.
then he came
Kevin
out.
Owens called him out.
Bro.
Glass shattered.
Bro, when
4
I-
a.m. in the morning.
As soon as I saw the knee pads, I said, "Yeah,
Bro, you
I
know-
saw the wrist tape." I said,
Yeah,
yeah,
Bro,
it's
even
go time.
this is why I think sometimes when like bear in mind Cody'd already come out like an hour and a half before.
Yeah.
So
Cody's
like oh, it's amazing. It was amazing. But when Austin's before that music hits, I'm telling you, I said to Chris, I was like, there is this nervous tension in the air because the beauty of wrestling is not knowing what's gonna happen.
Right, it's
And
a
then it's
bit
like, what's gonna happen? Then he comes out, and then when he said match, everyone's like, whoa. I was standing on my chair, bro. It was mad. It was just fucking crazy. And then rewatching the match, all right, he's pushing nearly 60 and he's a bit slow, but
I never-
in the
you-
moment.
yeah. So you know,
I never forgot the WrestleMania moment. Yeah, and I was looking at it the other day. It just surprisingly just come off my Facebook.
17.
Was it 17? When the League of Nations were there in the ring.
Oh,
and they're saying there's no one better.
32,
You see
32,
Michaels, you're like, okay.
That was my first
that's
Mania.
mad.
Hogan-
Then
That was
see
my first
Foley
Mania.
come.
Yeah.
And then you see Austin, and that's oh my god.
The Rock come as well?
No, The Rock didn't come out.
Wait,
That was a different segment.
That was Hogan.
That was for the Bray Wyatt
Austin,
segment.
and then The Rock.
Bro,
When he faced
Yeah,
Eric
yeah,
Rowan
yeah,
and beat him in 1
when
second.
that segment finished, we're like, I'm sitting back, I go, Chris, I was like, yeah, shit, The Rock still got to come out. I had to re-energize, man. We ain't seen Dwayne yet. Well, I'm gonna play a video, yeah.
I'm gonna break this coming quick. What are we gonna say? What are we gonna say, Lee? What are we gonna say?
I can't lie though.
Hey, no!
I'll be real. I'll be real though. I don't know what interested, but if I hear Dom, I'm crying. Don't record me though. Don't record me. Don't record me. I'm a gangster. Don't record me. I'm a gangster.
Bro, after this week, we are 7 weeks away. Are you fucking crazy?
So this is my first Mania. No idea Stone Cold's coming out. Chris took this video. I'm just gonna play it, yeah. Those screams, that's me, bro.
Let me see the video. Yeah, look close to the mic. Yeah. Is that song coming out now? Look at that old man.
That's how I was for Solo Sikoa.
I got no shame.
Austin, I'm
I
dying.
got no shame. It's done. It's finished. You hear that glass? That's when he came out night 2. I was like, fucking. And then who knew that was the last stunner Vince was ever gonna take? Like, it was worst.
yeah.
I think he botched it on purpose, by the way.
Vince always watching stunners, man.
Always.
But the amount he took, why can't he never learn how to sell it?
Yeah, if I do hear that Dom though, I think that will happen. Maybe, I don't know. Let me not get my
What's gonna
hopes
come
up.
out for?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Let me not
Vince?
get my hopes up. No.
Who's Stone Cold?
No.
Oh no! Wait, you're talking about this Mania?
Undertaker.
Yeah.
Oh, Undertaker. Well, look.
I know. I don't think he would.
Well, listen, it's the biggest one.
know.
Their billing is the biggest one. We're gonna see
everyone
Bad Bunny. We're gonna see Cena, Logan Paul. We're gonna get a lot of the big names.
You know, I'm just smiling because if I hear that Dom, I won't lie.
I can't lie.
It's
I won't lie.
mad. The arenas actually
Bad
get
Bunny.
cold.
Yeah.
Like
Like
it
that.
actually feels
When
cold.
I've seen them live, the place goes, and when Kane comes
No,
out,
yeah. When it comes cold, yeah. But
Those flames are surprisingly very, very
Mad
hot.
hot.
You
You
can
can be
actually
far. You can
exactly
feel it.
you
It's
feel
crazy.
it.
Swear.
It's mad.
I don't want to see Kane though.
Man,
No
like
one wants to see
Mayor Glenn
Fuck
Jacobs.
that guy.
Again,
Be the
history
man,
will
be
now
the man.
show that he's become a completely
I
different.
can't lie. If I'm honest with you, I'm going to this Mania. I don't know if I'll go to Philadelphia. I don't know if I'll go to the next one. I have not seen so much big figures under one arena
roof.
ever in
Yeah.
my life. Bring anyone out.
Can I make a prediction? Can I make a
Bring
prediction?
people, man.
Can I make a prediction?
Bring anyone
You'll
out.
be disappointed. I'll
You,
be real.
you,
Actually, no, you like that kind of shit.
Yeah, I
innit?
like that, bro. I like that shit.
The Bastion
you,
Booger and them, man.
you will.
Oh, we got Jack
You need
Gonzalez.
to watch better wrestling, man. Come on, man.
The prediction is you will be in Philadelphia because if this is your first Mania, I'm only basing it on my experience.
Fuck it.
Once
no,
you,
fuck it, sorry.
once
You get the
God,
bug.
I'm giving it to God, yeah. I'm giving it to God. I'm giving it to myself as well.
Jehovah.
We're gonna get paid to go Wrestlemania on film.
Amen.
Man.
all I'm saying is, once you go once,
No, come on.
you just the bug is there, and you want to go all the time.
addiction.
Yeah, it's
How
mad.
many years you been?
32, 33, 34,
Triple Crown.
35, 36 was COVID. No,
37.
Yeah, 36 was COVID.
I've done 32 to last year minus the one where it was like only 20,000 people. Where 36 and 37 because last year was
Last year was
35
38.
and 36. 37 was last year. 38's coming up. Was this
Yeah.
39?
This is 39.
39.
Sorry. So then 36 and 37. So the one in the Thunderdome, one in the PC, and then the one where it was only like 20,000 where Roman smashed them and stacked them.
So of the last 6, you've went to 4 of the last 6.
5, I think. 32, 33,
Okay.
34,
So wait, you went to the one with the
35, and then 38. Yeah.
Okay.
and you're gonna go to this one.
Don't know why I'm putting all my fingers up. Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's mad. You just get hooked on it.
What's
You
that?
literally. And one thing I miss is the NXT shows. The NXT shows are, bro.
We need the-
Sami
we need-
Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura in Dallas at 32. My goodness, that
What time was
building
that?
was shaking. Yeah.
What time was that?
But that's at regular time.
2016.
I mean, what time?
There was
what
only
time?
one. There was only one
Oh.
night WrestleMania them times.
Oh yeah.
That was the Friday night, I want to say.
Yeah, it used to be a day before.
Bro, and
Because
I
it's only
mean,
one
the
night
building was
WrestleMania.
shaking, and I had no idea who Shinsuke was at the time. I was like, and then the music, I was like, raw, this is the music, this is lit. That music in our 8 battle
yeah,
beat
yeah.
Undertaker's theme, by the way, if you remember. I got smoked in that battle
Oh,
because I
yeah,
had an uphill battle regardless, but that theme tune.
You had
smashed.
CFOs, isn't it? What you
And
said?
NXT, I think I had basically. But yeah, no, it's sick. It's sick. You guys are gonna have the sickest time, and yeah, don't be surprised who you'll be seeing around this, that, and the other. Yeah.
We're going LA. Oh my god! You know, it just doesn't feel real yet.
It won't
Because
until you
in
get
my
there.
head, I'm still thinking I've got a lot of shit to sort out. But when I finally sit on that plane, when I finally land, and I see maybe one,
Sam,
two
you know what it is?
bebes or
One,
something
two,
like that,
Sam, you know what it is?
two,
then
what?
I might, you get me? I might think to myself, I'm actually here.
Because what WWE, they put the banners.
Yeah, I was gonna say this. Yeah,
When you for the airport, you see pictures of Cody Rhodes.
It's when you. That's when you know you've
Sam,
arrived.
that's when you start pissing yourself.
it's everywhere. It's on the
You say, "I need to
buses.
go piss."
Well, when I got to Cardiff,
Yeah, that's when I
like
was in
2
Mexico.
or 3 days before Clash in the Castle,
Had it everywhere.
and you felt like you know something's gonna happen. By the time it was Friday night, Saturday, the day of the event, the whole city was taken over by wrestling fans. The whole city.
It's too much.
what do you think of
Bro,
I thought
don't
it was a
mock
good.
this
I thought it was
company.
a good show. I
It's
think they
crazy.
really done a
I thought it
good
was a
job.
really good wrestling show.
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah, yeah. I think
It's
they done a lot to really sell us on Drew and make this seem like Drew's anointing.
That was
Like,
the England final. That was the England final.
yeah, yeah.
That was a Euro final.
like it was absolutely
You
crazy.
lost the pennies. Oh shit!
I was getting evils in the
was
press
sick
box.
match.
That was
I was
good.
getting
Yeah,
evils because I was
Crazy.
celebrating that Roman retained.
Bro, ask
That's
Krish.
football.
Bro, when he won, when Roman won, my one's up, and I'm literally looking at everyone like, why is everyone so quiet?
Yeah.
What did you think was gonna happen? Like, what did you think?
I thought Drew was gonna win. I thought Drew was gonna
no
win.
way, man.
I thought Drew was gonna win. Honestly,
It's too bait to pander to something like that. It's like, oh, because he's in the UK. It's like,
I personally didn't see anything wrong with it, and they had sold us so much, and I had went to like all these other bits that he done like some interview with BT Sport, I think,
Yeah.
the day before at some bar, and I went there as well, and he was just talking so passionately. His wife was in the back.
Real nice guy,
I
real
said,
nice guy.
yeah, he's a great guy. And then I just thought, yeah, it's happened, bro.
At 2K, obviously, we're at 2K. Let's compare 2K. Big
make
up
some
2K.
noise for you lot guys there 2K tick.
Come on, man.
Amazing event, man. It was probably sick to get the the first look on the game and stuff. Yeah. So at the end of the gameplay thing, they play us a video from 2K, and first Bobby Lashley spoke, then Drew McIntyre spoke, and what he said, yeah, we paused the video.
It was a wife for that still. It was a wife for that. It said something along the lines of, hi you guys in the UK, big shouts to you guys. I'm busy at Royal Rumble, but I can't wait to get back to the UK to play with myself.
It was funny, yeah.
He's been saying banger bros too much. That's what he's been saying. He's saying banger
The way
bros.
Drew was standing, the way he was looking, yeah, he was wearing shorts here with boots. He just looked tired. When he said that, I was like, whoever said, wait, what?
I
Man.
can't wait to get to the UK to play with myself.
Wait.
I was like,
It was out sick as well. It was out sick as well.
What are you guys hoping for on the Mania card? Like, what are you like individually looking forward to hope to see or experience?
I'll tell you what, the one thing I'm disappointed at the minute, what it looks like, is that we're getting Lesnar and Lashley at Elimination Chamber and possibly not at WrestleMania.
Walter Brock.
Was it not going to be 2-2? I think they're
No, it's
counting...
1-1 now.
No, but I think they're almost, the way Bobby spoke on Monday, it's almost as if he's counting the elimination of the Rumble as a point. 2-1, and then if Brock wins, then it's 2-2.
You're right.
That's just how it felt when he spoke
So
about
you think
it.
WrestleMania
then
is
again,
still going to be the
You
blow
could still get a
technically
blow.
it would be
guess.
2-2 then because Brock won the Elimination Chamber last year for the one
he wasn't
title.
in the match.
But Lashley wasn't. Well,
Yeah,
he
no,
got
Lashley-
headache. He got headache and left.
Lashley lost it. Remember, he got eliminated.
He got headache and
He got
left.
headache.
He was in the
the
chamber
chamber.
with the WWE title.
How far?
Okay.
So even ask how. No, it's a bit off topic. How far are we from this
Mania.
thing? Yeah,
Mania.
yeah.
As in actual Mania.
You want the listeners to know where we are.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said this thing.
You got next week. Next week is Elimination
He's talking
Chamber.
about where we're living.
Where we're living
Just
from
wanna
the
ask him on the
stadium.
pod.
Oh,
Say,
sorry.
say, that's stupid of me.
We're close.
That's why I said this thing.
Of
But
course,
no,
of
don't-
Ultimately, it doesn't matter because there's public transport, whatever
Yeah,
taxi
yeah.
that we can get there.
Sorry, apologies,
Leaving
guys.
good
You know,
time.
so you just think a
Leaving
bit out
good
of-
time. Do
out of
not
the box.
underestimate that.
What do you mean? As in leave the stadium?
As in, no. When wherever you're staying or wherever
We're
you're
doing
leaving-
content, so we'll probably be there.
Yeah, just
from
make sure
I
they're in
don't
good
think I
time.
can take my Cameron though.
Oh, yeah, that's the point.
We gotta do it on our phone.
Let me know where you
phones.
lot are at. I'll just come link you lot.
Yeah,
That'd
can't.
be sick.
Yeah. But,
Now we'll
um,
definitely get-
So
get a
you
big
were
link up
hoping
for
to
that.
get Lesnar, Lashley
yeah,
at Mania.
that's the possibility. I guess Lesnar, Gunther, if that's what they're going to do instead, I don't
That'd be
mind.
special.
Yeah,
I was
don't mind
initially
that.
hoping for the Money in Bank to return that WrestleMania.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, that was my initial fantasy because I thought Cody would win that, screw Seth, and give like a little wave to Roman. Like that would have made more sense personally.
give us-
The literal consolation
Yeah, do it.
to
Yeah,
not
like
giving
that
us
match
Money
was
in the
fine.
Bank at WrestleMania is that they're doing Money in the Bank here
Yeah.
in the UK. That's the consolation because
When do tickets aren't out yet, are they?
no.
We need
come out
to.
during Mania.
We need tickets. By the way, so Were you at the press conference after the?
You asked the question.
Yeah.
So
I didn't
why don't you guys contact WWE and try? Because I'm pretty sure they
Let
because
me show you emails. I'll show you emails.
You don't want to see what our inbox is looking.
I'll show you our set box here. At least 5 of them emails are gone to like people that work for PR for WWE, management at WWE, or some sort of like hierarchy in WWE.
We've even DM'd Triple H.
because what
Yeah.
because at the press conference that one in way in Cardiff, they had like a gym website or some guy representing like a gym blog or something.
Yeah.
And I was thinking like, wait, so they must be welcoming all sorts of platforms, all different. So
Well, let me tell you
We're
something.
working on it.
Everyone in this content creating industry, whatever, everyone's competing with each other. No one obviously big up our bros Kick Out. They'll tell us if we can get in or not. Other than Kick Out, all these other guys are not going to give us the through ball to go in there. They don't give a fuck about us.
let's talk about it, man. Because I spoke to Skillet about this as well. I won't name names, but there are other platforms up and down the country that aren't as, let's say, collaborative and aren't as.
They're not.
And I'll talk to you guys about this off air. What I'm kind of working on. Remember, I mentioned I voice noted you. I'm working on something in the background. And when I can fully talk about that properly, we'll do it on air.
Come on.
But yeah, like it'd be nice if more people were, because the industry's only growing in the UK, and more fans are getting confident in speaking about, getting on podcasts, getting on platforms, and this, that, and the other. And if you're just gonna be like, you guys do it for the love, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Regardless of what it is, I've driven an hour and 45 minutes to get here just because I'm like, I was telling my wife, I was like, I'm just talking about Roman. I'm just talking about Roman. I don't care about anything else. I'm letting all my Roman talk out. But yeah, but it's all coming from a place of love and passion for the industry, something that we grew up on, that is constantly evolving. It would be nice if there was a bit more of a collaborative effort, and obviously you guys probably know more about that than I would.
It's one of those things where I think because it's still such a small niche industry, there's not a lot of money within the UK side of wrestling media and stuff, and those that are at the point of making money and stuff like that are basically safeguarding their crowd and their fans and everything around them.
And this
like,
that's
always a barrier to entry, isn't it?
That's what Skillet and I spoke about.
Yeah.
I think when we got off the plane coming back to the UK, in relation to that, which is obviously a big shame, and I know you've always been vocal about that online as well, and especially that shouldn't be the case given, the representation you see across WWE now. From Bianca Belair to we've had Jinder Mahal as a champion, we're getting more Mustafa Ali. Okay, anyone says the bloodline's brown, so like, do you know what I mean? That means Bobby Lashley, Omos. It should reflect that way as well.
Do you know
but podcasts like this is why this is important.
It's not even WWE per se. It's more of like the PR companies that work for WWE. Obviously, WWE's PR.
They got
work for
relationships
PR
in it.
in US, so they're not going to be looking over here. They'll be looking for people like. All these other content creators in US, you get what I mean? That's why Brandon Collins is on the WWE 2K advert. It's the PR companies here, bro. I think one of the most, not, it's gonna sound so rude, but it's not rude. One of the most revolting times I've ever seen with WWE PR in UK was when they had,
BT Sport.
The advert.
No, it wasn't BT Sport. Not even. It wasn't that one fine because it had journalists and stuff. That's fine.
Oh, the advert.
No, it's not even that. It's the
'Cause
thing
you
where
brought
they
up
had,
the advert.
They had one pay per
That
view in
was
New York.
stupid.
What pay per view did they have in New York? They had a pay per view in New York.
They have loads.
When?
It was
How
like,
far
it was like no Stream Wars in New York, yeah. So they had Stream Wars in New York, and they had some Love Island guys go over to New York to watch WWE, and they gave them like merch, yeah. But the merch still had stickers on the shit.
They done the same
So
with
I'm
Kaz from Love Island.
Guys, you guys are UK PR. There's people out there that do wrestling content. Instead of you to pump money to them, you pump money to Love Island people who don't give a fuck about.
Yeah,
WWE.
100%.
It's a
100%.
check for these guys.
They're just going to New York to
This is
knock.
dead, fam.
It's a
Guy
popular.
do Shinsuke Nakamura.
What's this
They'll
about?
smile and this, that, and the other.
What we doing here? Like, what we doing here, guys? Do we care about the sport, or we just care about numbers? Because if it's, I'd rather put money into someone that's like growing in this thing and that actually cares about the subject, rather than me put money into like someone else that just a one-off thing. Do you get what I mean?
I'm tired.
What these other people know?
You know what it is?
I'm tired of
and
it.
this is how especially WWE will see it. These people, whether it's John Smith from Love Island season whatever, right? He has a massive following.
They're trending.
So if I now put this guy on my product, maybe even to do an interview with a Drew McIntyre, whatever, his fans are going to watch this, and hopefully, out of his 10 million fans that watch this, maybe 1 million of them become WWE fans.
Which is shit. That shit we're
And that's why they think of it. They're not trying to embrace. WWE have never tried to embrace the marks of wrestling or anything like that. They're getting the popular people in for whatever reason.
I agree with what you're saying. I don't think it's necessarily. I don't think. Okay, some people will be fans. I just feel they just do it for the views anyway.
They go, oh, do you remember Stone
Just for
Cold?
the
Do you remember
views,
The Rock?
just for the views.
They don't really care about retention in terms of like fans actually come to the sport. Like you said, they don't care about.
Yeah, they don't
marks.
care.
That's why when like Fox do their own wrestling shows, they will hire the marks. They'll hire the Ryan Sattins and. WWE don't give a fuck about people like that. They don't give a shit about people like that. Do you know what I mean?
It's interesting.
They'd rather have people like Snooki and all these lot come in and do what they need.
Kim Kardashian hosting WrestleMania.
Yeah, I remember.
Well, even I was going to say even more to your point in terms of like the whole collaborations with like content creators and stuff like that. I feel like with us, we're fans first. Like the business, yeah, of course, we all want to make money, we all want to do well, we want to be successful. Do you know what I mean? But it's the love of what this sport has done for all of us individually, which continues to bring us together. That's why we'll have the likes of you on, or we'll have other people from other platforms on, because we've seen it from the outside looking in that a lot of these people they like. I feel like they're threatened by us because they've seen people that have been themselves throughout, and they've been able to be themselves and come into something that's not for us. So the fact that we're young black guys, young guys of color that have come on, and we've made wrestling cool. Like we've made wrestling seem like it's such a cool thing that people from all walks of lives or their favorite wrestlers from New Japan or Rev Pro have come onto the podcast and feel like themselves. For them, it's like, oh, okay, we see. And the thing is, a lot of these guys, we know you guys. You guys see us. You guys have seen us at all these events. You guys have seen us at 2K. You guys have seen us everywhere.
I think you're right.
At the same time, they never want to give us our flowers.
Like I said,
but it's fine. Like my friend Leswave said, if they're not going to give us our flowers, we're gonna rob the florist and take everything.
Amen.
We're going to rob the florist. We're going to take our flowers.
It's not just that.
You know what I mean? Yeah, you have to be a bit bullyish still.
At the end of the day, we see it as this. Cool. These guys don't want to extend their hand to collab with us or work with us, whatever. Cool. It's fine. We've got friends that want to collab with us, and then when they start their podcast, they're good. Or when they start their wrestling content,
No, 100%.
they're good because they've got the support of us and they've already got. Bro, look at Knowledge. Knowledge has a show on our channel, and people are commenting saying, "Yeah, this is why I'm here for Knowledge." Fuck you niggas for not coming to see me. But I'm here for Knowledge. You know what I mean?
here for you too,
and
bro.
that's what it is. You know what I mean? The fact that we've been able to bring our friends onto to a community, and if they now say, "Yeah, I want to start my own channel."
It's a platform for
We're going to support you the same way. Do you know what I mean? We don't need all these other platforms. Would it be nice if you guys be honest and say, yeah, we like your content, we see your content, we fuck with it. We spoke to Simon Miller the other day. Simon Miller said to us, bro, I love your content.
Wrestling.
Love your content. And it's like, Simon Miller is one of the biggest people within our wrestling community. In terms of like fandom. As in, I see signs of him.
Surpassed England. This guy is gone.
Bro,
by
he's
the way.
gone. And the fact that he's been able to like be humble and say to us like, bro, I'm a fan of you. For me, it's like, bro, I've been watching you since. And I know bare of these men are fans of us. They just want to pretend. We know you're saying immediately. We know it.
It's one of those.
Black said he's got fans. Like we know.
You look at the beauty of wrestling, for me anyways, I can't speak for everyone, but is you see a diverse range of entertainment and expression, whether it's how people dress, how they speak, the moves they portray, their come-up story. You always connect with a wrestler where you know their story, their backdrop, whatever. And we just want to see that same kind of opportunity representation on the other side.
Yes.
Like, I'm speaking from the South Asian community, and I know you guys had a gentleman on recently from that community, which is fantastic. And you guys have always, like, you guys don't, I know you're proud of being a Black British podcast, but I feel you guys don't see colour when it comes to the art of the sport, if that makes sense.
No,
There's no need to.
Exactly. And from a South Asian perspective, I only found out recently that like one of my uncles is like a wrestling fan who actually like watches regularly. I go over to his house. We have like an annual kind of post-Christmas sort of dinner sort of flex. And it just got dropped. I was like, wait, you actually watch? And he was like, yeah. I was like, wait, like week to week. And I was shocked. I was like, bro, I've known you since you got married like 20 years. Like, how have you not mentioned this? Like, I'm like itching for more people to speak to wrestling about sort of thing. Point being is, you guys are given the platform. You guys are being yourselves. And I think if that consistency keeps happening, you're going to bring more people on. You're going to bring more people who are going to want to express and have other shows on your platform and whatnot. And it's only going to, I know in the eyes of it, it's like, okay, WWE, we want to do something with WWE. That's like the mountaintop, right? And I think you guys will no doubt get there. And I think it's great, man. I think it's just a beautiful thing to see. And I just think a lot of the platforms that have got the leg up, I feel, unfortunately, it's kind of through the promotion of, dirt sheet talk. Yeah. I've seen a lot of. No, but even
they're rim lickers.
But there's that. But I think to get notoriety in the beginning, a lot of platforms, and we follow them. They go. Rumor says, Meltzer says, this person says, and then that gets the clicks, and then we start fantasy booking, and WWE see what's trending, and then we go, oh, let's try and go in that direction.
We can behave like you lot, I can wear the glasses. You get me? I can wear the glasses, like I can wear the suit and tie, and I can say, Dave Meltzer.
I wouldn't. It's our suit next week. Let's
You might could do it post Valentine's, isn't it? But yeah, like I'm grateful that we've been able to create a platform of like various content, and like we've been able to give people the platform to be able to come and be themselves wholeheartedly. That's literally it.
That's what it's all about.
We've not sufficed to be in the dirt sheets or the rumors. Like, this is fans first. And like, you see, like I was chatting to Remy at the Hustle Show. Big up Remy, and big up that Hustle Show was amazing. Like, it's crazy that the fact that us as wrestling fans, like, we will chat to wrestlers whether no matter how far they're in their journey, and that they're humble to come on here. And it's like, bro, like he said to me, like me and Blacks were chatting to him. It was like, we want to get you on the pod, bro. Like, let us know when you're free. It's like, bro, I've only just started. I haven't really got nothing to say. Like, I'm like, bro, you're a wrestler. Do you know what I mean? We've seen you bring, like, women have paid to be at this show because of you.
Because of you.
Do you know what I mean? Like, women have paid to, like, women are screaming.
Is Remy on the card?
Is Remy on the card? Okay, cool. I'm paying to come and see you.
I'm not playing. I'm not coming.
I'm yet to hear one bad wrestling come-up story. Man, the stories, like, if you go back to the old Stone Cold podcast, even the Jericho ones, the 2-3 hour long ones where they're literally diving into the journey, and you just go, you just have mad appreciation for them to, like, even when you get on TV, like, you might even get like a minute or two. Do you know what I mean? But so the ones who make it, there is something special about the ones who really, really do make it. Yeah. But there's so many grafters and so many tag partners, for example, to certain storylines that just have come from such a deep background. And you always hear about like stories from kind of that 90s era, or just the 80s as well, like those mileage on the road, 10, 5, going from place to place. And they only doing it, because they got love for it, man. Absolute love for it. And because they have given us so much on TV and in the product, it comes out in your shows. It comes out in your,
Even you mentioning like people just like turning up on TV, it reminds me of that guy that we spoke to on Clubhouse. That he said he put on his bio, I'm a former WWE superstar.
What's his name?
He's a jumper. He's only wrestling TV.
He follows me on Twitter. Actually, he follows me on Twitter.
Do you want to know when I knew he was at fault? Yeah, man said, I don't understand wrestling in this day and age. We have wrestlers like Rey Mysterio defeating Big Show or Brock Lesnar.
Sorry,
I'm like,
but when you go and see his
in the Bible, didn't David defeat Goliath? Bro, did it? Wait, what's it? Did it? You see how thingy 1, 2, 3? Did you see how small he was? Did he defeat Reg Ramon? What's this guy talking about?
He wrestled around.
Wrestled him jacked. What a fucking jacked! When did they see jacked?
You know what it is?
That's it, man. That's the stories. But that's it.
I won't digress too much into it. I agree with what you are saying. Right, but I do.
Speak educated.
I do understand sometimes what he says when a little man defeats the big. That for me, it just don't make sense.
It's been happening.
Nah, but it's been happening. Come on, what we saying?
I'm sorry, I am that type of person, but I get it though. I understand the craft to know that the little man can
WrestleMania 30. WrestleMania 30. Daniel Bryan. Come on, that is.
Go back, man.
Yeah, but if I'm fighting a little guy, I'm gonna beat him up. No, but there's no way the little guy's gonna beat me up. That's what I'm trying to say. Maybe he might beat me up.
Hulk Hogan defeated Andre the Giant.
Oh, stop it.
No, man.
Hulk Hogan is not a cruiserweight. Stop it. Hulk Hogan weighs 350 pounds. No, 320. Stop it.
You see how big Andre the Giant is?
Yes, Andre's huge, but Hulk Hogan is not no little man. When they were.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's not looking good right now.
Well,
What do you know?
I'm a United fan.
United.
Oh,
United.
Oh, sorry, my bad. That's just at the beginning.
sorry, bro.
Flipping
2-2, just waiting for the.
Actually, you know, we're running out of time. We need to ask Wrestling the membership. I mean, yeah, the big news.
Spoiler, fam. If
Spoiler alert.
it's not movie, it's good news.
Spoiler alert.
Good God. Ask Wrestlings, we get you, the people, to ask us Wrestlings questions. We've got only a few questions this week. First question is from our guy, Groovy Jimmy. Big you up every single time, bro. What do you consider to be the greatest Elimination Chamber match? For me, it's the first one.
Oh, I was
The
just
first
gonna
one.
say
I don't
that.
think
Was
it could be
that
the
Brown
one.
Pants Michaels? Yeah.
But you know why though,
When Michael's
bro?
won.
That was not a reinforced structure.
Thank you. It
Bro,
wasn't a fucking
that's-
jungle gym.
Bro, that's literally that was their
10 tons
trial.
of
That was like
steel.
their first one, and it's bro. Now they got mats outside. Now,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
that
yeah.
shit hurt.
Yeah.
I like that one, and I like the second one. I like the first.
The first two.
second
The
one.
first two are my
The first
favorites.
one's your
Yeah.
right, because. Okay. I like the first one because I feel like you can see the fear in everyone's faces when Booker T's walking down that ramp.
Selling.
Is he already bro?
Even Chris Jericho, bro, they did not
Sold
know
it.
that.
Scared.
they didn't know
were
what was
all
going on.
scared. Even that Ruthless Aggression era documentary that dropped after thingy. I think it was Chris Jericho was like, how the fuck are we gonna wrestle in this?
That was,
Yeah,
that was
yeah,
great. Great documentary.
Great documentary, yeah.
I love it.
Series,
I love it.
Yeah, the first two definitely.
Next one, actually, what was, no. Next question from our guy, Mr. Frimpong. Should BCC continue as is, break up or add new members?
That's you, man.
W2.
Is that the Blackpool Combat Cup?
Yeah.
And
What, you think they should break up?
X it out. Mark it out.
Aren't they like dismantled anyway? Regal's gone. Daniel Bryan doing his own
Because
thing.
to
Master
follow-
doing his own thing.
They came out against Hangman Page and were just surrounding him, and it's like nothing came from it. Regal's gone. So why you still call Blackpool X the team, fam?
Yeah, it's a bit
It's
on its
dragging.
knees right now, and what's his face is still the Ring of Honor champion.
Cesaro.
Cesaro, yeah.
Cool, yeah.
And he ain't getting- he ain't getting-
Daniel Bryan soon.
Cesaro
He's got a match with the Ring of Honor title, no?
against Daniel
They
Bryan.
announced it on Dynamite.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't see that. I must
They
have
announced
missed
on
that.
Dynamite.
I'll be a good match though, but
I must have
Can I ask
missed
a
that.
question?
Yeah.
To you lot, just a part of the question segment. Random one. I've always asked this to people. Would you rather be put through a table or take a headshot with
Table.
with the chair?
Still a chair.
Table.
Tell me for a table.
Table straightforward, but what do you think you would sell better?
Table.
A headshot I might sell better because I might die. Like it might actually be a real reaction. Like
I think a chair.
Bro, they announced
a
it.
chair.
They announced it this week.
A
Mate,
chair, I'll
bro,
take
I
it.
swear to you.
yeah, I'll go for a table.
I'll probably go for a table as well.
Any more questions?
Another last question from our. Well, we've got two more questions. Other question from our guy, Mr. Frimpong. Other than Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker, who would you give the Mr. WrestleMania title to?
Other than Michaels and The Undertaker. At this point, kind of have to say Roman.
Yeah.
In terms of the amount of main events he's had. Yes, they're
But
arguable in
they're
terms
only
of the quality.
But they're only saying Mr. WrestleMania in relation to Shawn Michaels because of the quality of matches.
Yeah.
They weren't the Taker ones were, but Taker, Flair, like he's had great matches, and I'm not denying his.
Yeah,
Shawn
but
Michaels
his
amazing.
is more the streak.
No, but as in what I mean by that is like that Mr. WrestleMania title that is based on his performances anywhere on the card at WrestleMania because they've been 5-star basically. Of course. And then people started referring to Seth Rollins a little bit like, oh, is he gonna be the new again based on performances?
Rollins puts on a lot of
but then
WrestleMania performances.
it's a bit so. Are we looking at on the quality and the performance of the performer in the ring? Because then if it's the other one, then it's Roman's about to equal Hogan's record for most headlined, and then he would easily be Mr. WrestleMania, and you can see him getting to 10. Really,
I don't think that's the thing. That Mr. WrestleMania is not really defined by anything.
Yeah,
there's no real parameters as to what makes.
I think what
WrestleMania,
made
but
Shawn Michaels Mr. WrestleMania is every time he came on a WrestleMania match, he pulled off
a banger.
He stole the show. I think that's what it is.
But then at the same time, Undertaker didn't. Undertaker put on great matches.
Yeah,
there,
not every Mania.
but Undertaker's there because of the streak.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. If we don't have any real
I guess
parameters,
those,
then,
but those were the pinnacles of Mania, really.
So those
there were
two
other
are
great
there.
moments.
Yeah.
There were other great moments, but
Those two are
does,
there.
I don't know how to put Seth there, you know.
Seth hasn't had
I don't
enough.
think he hasn't stolen the show from me at any WrestleMania. Maybe this last one.
The Cody
Other
one
than
was
that.
good. What was the match he had? Cesaro match.
Yeah, okay.
The Cesaro match was brilliant.
Two out of,
I like
Well,
him.
yeah,
I like
they're
him and
not
Orton.
they're not
I like him
prominent.
and
They're not
Orton,
prominent
though.
enough. So I
Him
hear
and
that.
Orton, that moment was crazy. Him and Orton.
Oh,
They did still
the
show.
stomp
But the
spot.
thing is, it was a good
Yeah,
match, but I remember
crazy.
that moment more than I actually remember the match.
Rollins done the cash in.
This
Yeah.
He's
He's gotten outside. He's a name. He's a name in
This-
the hat.
this might sound a bit controversial.
Come on, I love it.
A little bit left of the question, but at this point, isn't Brock Lesnar kind of like the Undertaker right now?
Oh,
By that I
in
mean,
terms of-
you hear the music, crowd pop straight away. It's now okay. Who's Brock gonna face, or who's he gonna? And at this point, it's like he's just kind of this figure.
just a marquee-
It's just it's just there. Like
Yeah.
he just,
it's how long are you gonna? How long is it for now? I guess.
and respect to the
kinda-
adaptability of the character. Like to
Yeah.
Cowboy Brock is it's a fun watch.
No, it is.
And he looks like he's actually enjoying it weirdly enough without
Yeah.
Vince
Yeah,
a little
he
bit.
is. He is.
But I hear that music and I immediately think of the Undertaker because you hear the gong and it's like boom. You hear Brock. It's just like
I like you though. I feel insulted by that though, but I like it. It's fine. It's fine.
not saying he is the Undertaker.
No, of
That's
course, of
different.
course, of course.
What do you think of the American Badass return?
I wasn't too impressed.
Am I like the only one who likes the American Badass?
No, I love the American.
I think the theme tune should have been
Limp Bizkit.
you not even that.
You done it
Nah.
now.
Oh, you want Big Evil? You want
I
Big
wanted
Evil?
Big
You wanted
Evil.
Big Evil?
I wanted Big
Sam,
Evil.
you want to pay for that one? Yes,
Last one.
You got one more question?
Last
Yeah.
one. Well, this is one of the two news that we have.
Let's go.
Well, we've got a message from No Contest Wrestling. They've said it's time to tell the people the news. So I think it's fair to say that, guys, we're taking over No Contest Wrestling. Woo! I'd like to say a big, massive shout out to Sage for trusting us and handing us the keys. It's an honor. So yeah, you guys make sure you go follow No Contest on Twitter and on Instagram.
Big up.
So that means double the content. Yeah, it's time to have some fun.
Get your samosa and wing orders in. Let me know the location.
Promo code Big Mom.
Let me know.
off.
Let me.
And,
50%. Cut. Retake.
buy 5, you get one for normal price. And then news number 2. Go ahead, Max.
Yeah, so I mean, firstly, thank you guys for kind of always supporting us. That goes without say. There's a lot of people right now that have recently come across the channel as of 2023. So welcome on board. Do subscribe because there's a massive percentage of people watching everything on WrestThings without subscribing. So please subscribe to the channel. And for those of you guys that are more familiar with our content, you've been here for 4 years now. In some of you. Happy birthday to the Mandem.
I see it on my
Happy birthday,
my
WrestThings.
memories. My
Happy
Snapchat,
birthday to the Mandem. We are introducing channel memberships now.
Make some fucking noise.
So for those of you that are familiar with like things like Patreon, subscriptions, all of that kind of stuff, we are doing ours directly through YouTube. So we're not taking you to another website or anything like that. If you click our videos right now, you will have a join button by your subscribe button. So those of you that are new, hit subscribe, and if you're really feeling us, hit the join button as well. We have 2 tiers, which provide all kinds of different perks. On the first tier, you'll get early access to videos. So when we create feature content, not the podcast, feature content like your tier rankings, break it down, wrestling for idiots, and everything else that's gonna come, you will see that ahead of time when it goes live. You'll also have access to a Discord that we are gonna have. We are creating a new podcast because you guys have been talking about this. The Things podcast, I think, is the name we're probably gonna go ahead with. So everything other than wrestling. This is only for people.
Wings and things.
Yeah.
Wings and things, and you're about 100% when Vish comes through. But yeah, this is just if you want to kind of get to know the Mandem more on a personal level outside
You guys will
of.
see the real blacks.
I don't know what you are talking about, mate.
Add on to that, there's a lot of we've come from all different parts of life, innit? Like we do other stuff other than wrestling, so it would be nice to actually tell you what we actually do and the stories we've got. We've got stories for days. University stories,
Bro.
college stories, secondary school
I
stories.
can tell
like,
Mandem stories
there's so
from
much stuff.
a different Sam. Let's just say that.
So,
A different sound, he said.
Honestly, like,
So yeah, we've got the Things podcast, which I'm sure a lot of you, it's worth its money of what the membership is itself, to be honest. And then of course membership shout outs for the people that continue to support this channel. On the other tier, everything that you've just heard, as well as merch discounts, exclusive event entry discount prices as well. Those that are on the second tier, you get to kind of put into the hat things we will discuss on the Things podcast. So yeah, you get a say in what we're talking about as well. And we're gonna have set up private live streams, Q&As and all that kind of stuff for people that are supporting us on that level. The Ko-fi is still open, so you can buy us,
We'll put all this information on Ko-fi as well.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
That way if you want to move over to YouTube,
that stuff is still there. If you just want to kind of still support us in a one-off, way, we'll still obviously appreciate that. But we're really trying to do some big things this year, and we would really appreciate if the community came together and really helped us. You guys know we're trying to get out of right here. Other places that we have access to that you see us shoot our content may not be available to us in the future. So we're really trying to build and do bigger and better things and keep you lot proud at what we're doing. So
we want to buy Popeyes whilst we're in America. So if you buy enough coffee, do you know what I mean? We could be buying the chicken sandwiches and
chicken salad.
Hold the mayo.
Yeah. So you guys, like I say, it's live now. You can check it out and kind of have a read of the tiers and what you like and what you want to kind of pledge to. We appreciate it all. Whatever support you can give us. This is just like the next level of really supporting the Mandem and what we're trying to do.
Straight.
You're gonna make graphics and shit to show what the tiers are to post on Twitter.
Yeah.
So
That's
everyone,
all gonna come out.
and then people can
Friday.
share
So
that
even
and shit.
The graphic for Unspeech After, the graphic for No Cost, I'm gonna speech after.
Yeah.
That's gonna come out Friday. All the news that you're gonna actually, when you see it, it'll all be out.
Yeah. But when this is out on Friday, everything will make sense.
Long story short, we're coming for everyone. Coming for everyone.
I told you, take over.
Like it's long. Do you know what I mean? Like,
You have to talk like this.
hey, Mandem, let's toast. Let's toast.
The cheeseburger one, yeah, let's go.
Hulk Hogan, we're coming for you.
You not got to dip because obviously the camera is low.
Where the dip at?
Where the dip?
Where the chutney at?
Oh, I want the burger one, man.
I might actually allow the dip.
I'm gonna charge
Cheers,
50 pounds for you
regardless.
on the table.
Can't lie, we might have to collab with Wrestlemania on the event this year.
Well, listen. Off-air talk. Off-air talk.
This thing is
Off-air talk is about to happen.
He's not even toasted.
Big Mum, they love it. Big Mum, they love it.
We love it, Big Mum.
That's all I'm saying.
This is to a takeover, not from just Wrestlings, but everyone that we're involved with. It's long. Next year we're gonna take over WrestleMania. It's gonna be called Usmania. You see?
Yeah, coming through.
Let's do it.
Bless, boys.
Scoot up.
Boston. I'm gonna leave you. I'm gonna knock you.
Delboy.
Just fish, Mac.
Your boy Sam Blacks.
Max, the WrestleMania.
This is Wrestling's podcast, coolest wrestling podcast in the world.
You need to hear that you're eating the food.
What is it? That ASMR shit, innit? You go like,
Oh, no, I don't do that today. Episode 158. Tell your mums, to your girlfriends. You guys gonna cop some big mum samosa, I can't lie. Please.
love for that. Love for
Valentine's
that.
Day's coming, so please.
Oh, it's a
order.
perfect gift. We do chocolate ones as well.
Yeah. Well, like Nutella.
Wait.
Vish,
Wait, hold
plug
Plug
the
everything,
business.
yeah.
Alright. Quick plug. Shout out DJ Viraj, DJ Kabir. Shout out Big Mum Samosas.
Come on, fam.
And shout out Nitty Clothing. Krish, my wrestling buddy.
My guy, Chris.
Chris, they love you, yeah, bro.
That's actually how we met, from Chris.
Exactly. He got a bit bougie for wrestling. He only shows up when it's Mania. He's literally the Undertaker now. That's literally him.
I love that.
That week to week, he ain't about it no more. But Mania, he's like, yeah, I'm there. But yeah, Big Mum Samosas, guys, check it out. You will not be disappointed.
He didn't lie.
You didn't lie. Listen, the boxes are empty. But yeah, don't want to keep you guys Kai! By the Mandem!
For the Mandem!
Big Mum Samosa, I love you. You just got to the end of the podcast, and if you've enjoyed what you've listened to, enjoyed what you watched, enjoyed the vibes, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bow.